What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to How's It Going to End? How you doing? How you doing? You know, how's your week? How's your mental fucking headspace? You still around? You sticking around? I'm sticking around. I don't know. It's tough with all this shit going on, with there being a mass shooting or a fucking like a grotesque murder of a black man or child or human every fucking 6 hours, it seems. I don't know. Welcome back to the silly show about comics and movies and shit. I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough to get into. You know, I said when I started this, I wanted this to be like a pseudo therapy, but it's tough. I don't know. Take care of yourself, I guess. That's the moral of this really like shitty prologue to this podcast. Take care of yourself. Take care of people around you. I don't know. Sorry. I know this isn't a great fucking time, a great way to start this, but it's tough. It's tough. A lot of tough shit going on. I guess look to the good shit. The few little pieces of the good shit. I don't know, man. Yeah. All right. Let's get into some. Let's keep this shit moving, right? You know, you can't stay like this forever. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. You know, news and talk about episode 5 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So stick around. I don't know. I'm putting no effort into this right now because I'm just, you know, get vaccinated. I'm going to end that bit with this. Get fucking vaccinated, please. Please. I don't care what you think. I don't care. Get vaccinated. If you want everything to go back to fucking normal, or whatever normal is, get fucking vaccinated. It's good for you. I don't care what you read. I don't care what your uncle shared on Facebook. It's good for you. If you want to go and start doing stuff, you want to start doing normal stuff in the world, get vaccinated. Movie theaters, hey man. I booked I've just bought my first movie theater ticket for the end of this month since last February of 2020. The last movie I saw in theaters was Birds of Prey. I saw the midnight showing on Thursday, February 6th. I know the exact second. Because I miss movie theaters so fucking bad. I miss them so bad. I don't know. It's just the atmosphere. It's a nice little getaway. And I got that first ticket. I'm seeing Edgar Wright is re-releasing Scott Pilgrim versus the World. You know, you must have seen that, right? Came out, 10 years ago? 11 years ago? Re-releasing it in Dolby Cinema, and it's supposed to be all super good looking now, and it's already a visual fucking like monster of a movie, so I can't wait. I'm so excited to be back in the movies. Socially distanced, of course, and gonna have the mask on, which I don't give a fuck about. I don't care. At this point, shit's second fucking nature. Like our ears are gonna evolve forward because we're getting so used to it. You're still complaining about the mask. How fucking old are you? You're either 70 or you're 5. I don't know. But yeah, get fucking vaccinated. Come on. I don't know. This is a really shitty momentum for an episode, but I guess I'm just gonna have to fucking stick with it. You know? Let's look through some. Let's move awkwardly out of that and let's move into some news. Because let's take our minds off the fucking world, right? Let's take our minds off the shitty world shit news and let's go into some other shit news. Last week, or what day is it? The 17th. Last week, it was brought up that for the Justice League reshoots, which is this entire situation just keeps on fucking giving when it comes to news and shit like that. We learned from someone, I guess, on set or something. The title of the article is Joss Whedon reportedly threatened to harm Gal Gadot's career during Justice League clash, which is hilarious. Whedon allegedly told Gadot, however you pronounce her last name, he's the writer and she's going to shut up and say the lines, which is like the most predictable thing for like a white male in power in this industry to say. I mean, come on. Is anyone really surprised about this? He's Joss Whedon. They brought him in like a closer. You know, they brought him in the fucking 9th inning of making this fucking movie. And they said, listen, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And of course he's going to walk in after making, 2 Avengers, and he's going to carry that shit under his belt. I'm Joss Whedon. I'm the writer. You're going to say the words I put in your mouth. I don't know why everyone's so surprised. Kind of expected. What's more surprising is the fact that when Gadot was like questioned about her experience with Whedon, she called it not the best one, which is pretty funny. It's like the people who kind of like instantly sided with Ray Fisher were like, it's crazy what happened. And then the people who like also experienced everything are kind of like keeping it on the down low. It wasn't the best experience. Like that's a very funny way to say, I'm not going to experience something like that again. One source told the outlet that Gadot had issues about her character being more aggressive than her character in Wonder Woman. She wanted to make the character flow from one movie to the next. Now, here's the problem with the character flowing from one movie to the next. It was being rewritten. Justice League was being rewritten and chopped up at the same time they were making all these separate movies. There was no collaboration between... The only collaboration that there was like James Wan with Zack Snyder when it comes to like where the narrative pieces together. But that was it. That wasn't even like fully written when reshoots for Justice League was happening. So you can see where the collaboration kind of makes the fucking difference. And it's no wonder why like you don't have like consistent character development, And then there's that whole conversation that came out about Whedon and Fisher, which is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Hollywood Reporter, according to Hollywood Reporter, says Fisher says that Jeff Johns had approached Zack Snyder about including the line. What line? Oh, booyah. He managed the situation by putting the word and some signs in the versions of the film as an Easter egg. It's so funny how much was chopped into that fucking movie. All right, let's move off from Snyder Cut shit. I'm so tired of talking about the fucking Snyder Cut. Next. I heard about this fucking recently and it was really, really shitty. This is going to be a bummer episode, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean for it to be that way. Or at least it's starting off that way. Helen McRory, who portrayed several characters, in Harry Potter and in James Bond and in Peaky Blinders, passed away yesterday. As of recording this, yesterday due to cancer at 52. Which sucks. Which really sucks. I think maybe Skyfall or whichever James Bond she's in. I haven't seen much of her. Except for in Peaky Blinders and Harry Potter. But even in Harry Potter, I don't think I ever paid attention. But Peaky Blinders, that's a tough fucking blow. One, because I think it wasn't known that she had cancer. I hadn't heard about it before now. So that's some shit. Cancer, Jesus. Yeah, and watching if you've seen Peaky Blinders, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you know how much of a fan I am of that show, and if you've seen the show, you know how like critical her character is and how impactful her character is to everything and how much she goes through as a character. So that's tough. I mean, I can't imagine what her husband feels like. That's awful. But, as a fan watching a famous person die, it's tough to see someone who portrays a character that you've been watching for a while pass on, or whatever euphemism people want to use. All right, let's try to lighten this fucking mood, because this is a bummer and this is a shitty start, and I'm thinking about restarting, but I'm not gonna fucking restart because let's keep it fucking going. The Lord of the Rings TV series, which is, according to a bunch of fucking shit, is supposed to be apparently the largest. That's insane. The largest TV show ever made with this amount of money. Okay, so for one season, it is costing $465 million US, 650 million in New Zealand's currency. I don't know I'm a stupid American. I don't know the currency. That's fucking crazy. 400. Let's just call it 500 million. 500 million for one season of the Lord of the Rings show. Now, you have to think about the fact that they're filming in New Zealand. They're filming on location, which is perfect. I mean, thank God. You can't film something like that anywhere else. Think about how that money is being allocated. Think about how that stuff is being dipped around, whether it's going towards think just towards actors, effects, the scenery, you just kind of hope, as a fan, you kind of hope that it's not all just for like flash and show. You know what I mean? I'm really hoping that this record-breaking amount of money isn't just that. I really hope the show is of some actual fucking quality. I mean, it's an Amazon original production. Amazon's killing it when it comes to stuff like this, to its IPs and its separate shows and its original series. So it's got a good fucking future, and with this much fucking money put into it, the largest ever made. I think in comparison, I think Game of Thrones was 100 million a season, or was it something like that? I think it was 100 million a season, because I think it was like 10 million an episode, 10 episodes. Quick fucking math. I'm a genius. That's fucking crazy. I hope it's fucking good. You don't want to fucking make something like this and have it turn out to be shit. Imagine that. We got some fucking Spider-Man news, man. We got some major fucking Spider-Man news that is a little bit of a bummer and a little bit of it's interesting, to say the fucking least. Alfred Molina. Well, it's already been confirmed. I mean, I think this was confirmed months ago, but now it's like legit that he's portraying, Doc Ock from Raimi's Spider-Man 2. And this whole thing is multiverse stuff, so he's going to be pulled into Holland's universe, or Holland's going to be pulled into that universe or whatever. So it's being confirmed by him, which is very interesting. You don't hear this happen through actors unless it's like jokey through Tom Holland, because he's so adorable. It's been confirmed that his character will be brought in from the point of his, like, I guess now death in Spider-Man 2, which is interesting. I don't know how that's going to fucking work out. Molina was quoted as saying, when we were shooting it, we were all under orders not to talk about it because it's supposed to be some big secret. It's like, yeah, probably. It sounds like it's supposed to be some fucking secret. And then he said, but it's all over the internet. I actually describe myself as the worst kept secret in Hollywood. I think there are worse ones. That's an interesting thing. So I mean, if you haven't seen Spider-Man 2, you're like probably like 14 then, and you just rebel because everyone gushes over the Maguire Spider-Man movies, and that makes sense. You're not going to want to watch that if you didn't grow up with it. Spider-Man 2 was, I genuinely think the first movie I remember crying watching. The train scene in Spider-Man 2, 2 times I cried in Spider-Man 2. The train scene, I cried like a baby, dude. I was bawling down my fucking cheeks. The train scene when he's being held and ripped apart and he's not letting go, and Tobey Maguire's face is so fucking gelatinous. It's perfect. Like you can see the pain in his face. And then he nearly passes out and falls off the train, and then the New Yorkers pull him in. The New Yorkers grab him because it's fucking New York in a train that doesn't exist in Manhattan, but it doesn't fucking matter because it's fucking New York. New Yorkers pull him in, and they're all like holding him like he's Christ because they're all passing up like a fucking beach ball at a concert. And it's the most New York people. It's the most New York fucking looking people. And there's a little boy and another little boy that look like two little Rosie O'Donnells. And they have the mask for him. And you're hearing all the people on the train going like, oh my God, he's just a kid. It's just some kid. Meanwhile, Tobey Maguire's like, I think 28, 29, 30. I don't know. I'm not doing the research. I could be very wrong. And then they give him the mask, and then everyone on the train agrees to not tell. They're like, yeah, we don't know who you are, but this secret is a New York secret. The 30 people on this train car are not going to say shit. Woo! I cried like a baby. Like a newborn fucking baby. That was so good. And then later, when Otto controls the fucking arms, and he's, listen to me now. Oh my God. He gets control of him, and then he realizes the only thing he has to do is to sacrifice himself. That's the problem. That's the very shaky problem with bringing him back is, do you want to risk such an excellent character arc for a chance to say, hey, that's Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2? I fucking hope that's not how it turns out. I hope it turns out it's like he comes and because he learned the error of his ways in the end of Spider-Man 2, he's not a fucking villain, or we're going to see what fucking happens. Because according to this shit, it starts from when he dies in the fucking river. Who fucking knows? Oh. But I'm fucking excited. I can't help it. He's one of the best villain portrayals ever. It's a perfect amount of comic book and like movie villain and actual good acting performance. Ooh. Oh man, it's going to be good. I'm too excited, man. I'm too excited, and I'm also so like cautious that they're going to fuck it up. He talks about how like he's like, yeah, I mean he's 67 now. However, he was 50, I guess, when he was in Spider-Man 2. So they're apparently going to do some de-aging on him to make him look the same age as 2004 him, which is such a dangerous play. But I mean, we all saw Nick Fury in Captain Marvel. We all saw Michael Douglas. Marvel knows how to do their de-aging. What they don't know how to do is the physical de-aging. You can have Sam Jackson put on a young face and look like 1994 Sam Jackson, but when he's running, it is 18 Sam Jackson running. It is a 70-year-old man's body lumbering around, you know? And I think he actually talked about that. Molina said the de-aging will make him look young, but he doesn't want to physically look like a 67-year-old. So a lot of it is like close-ups of him, apparently. He's talking a lot about this movie, by the way. People are making jokes that like Kevin Feige is going to hunt him down. He's talking a shit ton about it. Like, I don't know, I guess Tom Holland kept his mouth shut long enough. I don't know. Apparently, yeah, so like Molina talked with Watts, who I'm sorry. I'm not a John Watts fan. Is that even his fucking name, John Watts? Something fucking boring. I'm not a fan of his directing style. I think that he shouldn't be directing comic book movies. Comic book movies should be the most like visually entertaining fucking movies. And for some reason, when I look at his movies, all I see is the color beige. I'm sorry. I can't do it. You can't give me Spider-Man movies that look like cement. Anyway, he was talking with Molina, and apparently Molina was like, yeah, I died in the end of Spider-Man 2. He goes, yeah, but no one really ever dies. Or in this universe, no one really ever dies, which it's a good point, but it's also kind of like a shitty point. It sucks that it's like no one ever really dies. The impact of death is never constant in these movies, which really sucks because it should be, because until now, Doc Ock's death meant something. But it's also interesting in that like they could have gone I guess in more interesting, you could have just had him be a Doc Ock from another timeline. He could have just been another Doc Ock from any other timeline that they're pulling in. It doesn't have to be 2004 Spider-Man 2's Doc Ock right after he fucking dies. I mean, we're going to see how they work that out. They're going to include the fusion and the tritium. Remember that shit? My precious tritium. God, I need to rewatch that movie now. I need to rewatch the trilogy and get myself in that fucking mindset for this shit because I'm so excited. Molina said, my basic physical move as Doc Ock, as the actor, is just this. He said he glared intensely at the camera and made a menacing noise like or some bullshit. And then it cuts to the arms doing stuff. He said, I just do that a lot, and the arms are doing all the killing and smashing and breaking. I'm just going with the mean look on my face. Hey, man. We're going to see how it goes. It's a fucking gamble. A lot of people agree with this, too. I posted about this morning, and it's like a lot of people are worried. And I can get that. I understand that, but there's a lot of possibilities going on, you know? I don't know. Maybe he learned from the error of his ways, and he's going to be more of an ally to this Spidey. We'll see. Also, I don't think I ever talked about this when Tom Holland said this, but hey, man, this isn't a standalone movie. Hey, Tom Holland, your Spider-Man movies aren't standalone movies. Standalone movies means just you. You're bringing in characters from everywhere. It's not standalone. That's like saying Captain America Civil War is a standalone movie and not Avengers 3. Doesn't matter what sequel or trilogy it's a part of. It's not a standalone movie. This is seeming to be like one of the most ambitious comic book movies, correct? It's not an ambitious standalone movie. Doesn't matter that the title is just Spider-Man. No Way Home is scheduled for a Christmas release. December 17th, 2021. That's fucking not too far away. It's looking good. It's looking good. Also, Doctor Strange, I think Feig just confirmed Doctor Strange is wrapping filming this week at some point, or it's already wrapped. I don't know. That sounds cool. We haven't seen anything, which is very strange for a film. No set photos, no whatever, and that's supposed to be even crazier than Spider-Man. So we'll see how that looks. Yeah. I don't know, man. Let's move on to some other shit, to some actually exciting shit. Spoilers. Spoiler warning. I'm going to start talking Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 5. Are you ready? Are you ready? Turn away. I don't want to hear you bitching about spoilers. All right, let's go. I think that this might be this episode, last episode, and the second episode, I think. This episode is the strongest so far of the season, of the very short season. Here's the problem. Is it feels like there's more for us, and there isn't. There's only one episode left, and it feels like there should be more. This is not enough story, I think. Does that make sense? There's a couple problems with this, and don't take that as like me shitting on it, because I know that's going to be the primary thing, is like, this is a very good show. but there are issues that need to be fucking addressed. There are issues thematically. There are issues, structurally. And I'm going to talk about some of them. First off, the show should be 9 episodes. I don't know why. The number 9 fits in my head perfectly for a show like this. 13 seems like it would be dragging it too long. 6 is definitely too fucking short. 9 episodes is the perfect amount of time to get into this type of story, to deliver this type of action, these type of relationships, and this type of general narrative. You can't be telling something that this monumental in the universe of the movies of the MCU and have it be only 6 episodes. And I know that you probably got like 3 seasons ahead planned and all that, but I would recommend extending the episodes because otherwise everything feels very rushed. I mean, 6 episodes of Game of Thrones being like hour-and-a-half episodes wasn't enough. So having 45-minute episodes or 50-minute episodes or however fucking long, only 6, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's definitely not enough for me to care about certain characters that we don't even know. You know what I mean? I don't care about Lamar at all. I'm sorry, I don't. We didn't learn about him enough. The only times we see him, he's, being the supportive black sidekick for the white fucking doofus. I can't help it. I don't care enough. We don't get enough just character interactions that mean something in this. The only times we do it when it's good, it's fucking good. That's the good thing is when you get like, there are several times in this episode where I was like, that was nice. That was a good character moment. Those were good character moments that build upon something, that's actually there. We get us. We learn who the surprise cameo is. They need to stop announcing cameos. They need to stop it. They're only shooting themselves in the foot when they do that. It makes no sense to say, "Hey guys, you're not gonna believe who's in the next episode." Guess what? I said this already on Instagram. The majority of MCU fans never read the fucking comics. They won't know who Madame fucking Hydra is. They won't know who fucking Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine is. They're not gonna. They don't care. The majority of MCU fans now, if you ask them in 2008, hey, who's Tony Stark? They're going to go, who? They don't know. Unless you read comics in the 70s, you didn't know who Tony Stark was. They don't know who fucking Julia Louis-Dreyfus is playing in this. And then if you give a quick fucking Google or Wikipedia or whatever the fuck, you find out like how integral she is into, I'm spitting a lot, integral she is into this kind of narrative. And apparently she was supposed to appear in Black Widow before, like pre-COVID plans was she was supposed to be in Black Widow, or maybe she's still gonna be in Black Widow. I don't know. She plays Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, which is like, comic book names are so fucking lame. But she used to be like with Hydra. She's apparently like, fucked Nick Fury at some point. They were like together in the comics. White Nick Fury. We don't know about Black Nick Fury. We don't know who what kind of chicks he's into. She gives an empty business card, which I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about, honestly. Thought that was funny. But she's appealing to Walker's like deep insecurities. The idea that like so Walker goes before this like council. Suddenly the government, after like, he's right. I mean, he's 100% right. The government trains him to do this one thing, and then he goes and he excessively does it. But he does what the embodying of America does. Like Captain America, all we've seen of Steve Rogers across these other movies is he goes across the nations, the world, and fucks shit up. I also heard that a lot of people were like, he didn't cut off what's his face's head. He caved his chest in or whatever. I'd like to think, I'm going to choose that he beheaded him because that just fits the vibe of the show that I've picked up on. You know what I mean? It seems like, I don't know, the way that everything was also framed, the guy's head was just off frame and you see his chest and he's laying there and it's kind of fine. I'd like to think that he used vibranium to chop through this guy's fucking head. And they fucking, I don't know what the military terms are, but they like get rid of him. They dump him. You will not get any benefits, yada fucking yada. And of course he's a He's like every like fucking school shooter in America now. He's all shunned and he's all insecure and pissed off and I'm gonna talk it now. The end credit scene, he's like building his own shield, which is like, who gives a fuck? Who cares? You're welding metal together as if that's gonna mean anything. Who gives a shit? It's not vibranium. It doesn't matter. It's like this. It was like this, like early Iron Man, like kunk kunk, and he's welding shit like it, like, and he's spray painting and he's putting his little one of his like marine things on it. I don't know. It's uninformed. But who gives a shit about that? Who cares? You're gonna come in with some shit. You're gonna throw your shield and it's not gonna bounce back to you with the vibranium magic that the other shield has, That opening fight was fucking wild. He tries like cutting off their heads 3 times in this fight. There are scenes he's just up and he's prepared to like bring it down. And he's looking like crazier and crazier. It's really fucking Wyatt Russell is bringing the nastiness of John Walker really well, man. He's bringing this character to screen really well. It's making you. I don't even necessarily hate the character of John Walker. There's like that. There's that whole thing of like respect the actor, hate the character. I don't even really hate the character. It's hard to watch him do the things he does. It's just very like, it's unempathetic watching him do what he does. It's very dissociation type thing. It's like, I don't want to see, like when he's talking to Lamar's parents and he knows deep down he didn't kill the one who killed Lamar. And they're laying it on so thick. Like it's so good to know that at least, the one who did this is punished, or they're really laying it thick. And we know that he knows that wasn't the one. And he's feeling like shit. That's some really good, like, they're building on something. He's going to fucking explode next episode. And the next episode is going to be just like a bunch of fights, really. And then like the last 15 minutes will probably be like saying goodbye to characters or whatever. But yeah. Sam has the shield and he's holding on to it because, hey, guess what? The U.S. government doesn't own the shield. Surprise. It's not really the government's. It never was the government's property. I mean, it was vibranium that Tony Stark had gotten, right? I don't remember if he got it from, and it's without a doubt from Wakanda, but not Tony Stark, fucking Howard Stark had gotten it. So is it, is it under possession of the Starks? Is it technically still Cap's and he gave it to Sam and Sam has complete right to it? Or I don't think we're going to see anyone from Wakanda after the Dora Milaje left with Zemo. So yeah. Sam leaves his wings to Torres, who in the comics, Joaquin Torres is Sam's Falcon when Sam takes over the role of Captain America, which we're going to see some of that. That's going to be pretty cool. Sam got a new suit, presumably from made out of vibranium. I hope so, because that's going to be fucking awesome. Give him an edge. He's a regular dude with metal wings. He needs something against these fucking super soldiers. So give him a vibranium fucking suit. Why not? That's going to be great. We see Zemo, which, I mean, oh my God, I talk about this too much. Zemo is such a great little addition to this fucking show. What a great, an addition that didn't, like, a character that could have been there and didn't have to be as good as he was. He could have just been like the bitter, cynic character. Like, it could have been like such a cliche character that just showed up and helped them without helping them. You know what I mean? But Daniel Bruhl brought, such a great performance. and we see Zemo at like a monument or something. It looks like maybe it's for his family or whatever, or for the people of Sokovia that were lost, and then Bucky tracks him down, and we had already seen shots like in the trailer, I think, of Bucky with the gun at Zemo or whatever, and you know, he doesn't pull it. He proves him wrong. I think there was like a whole underlying thing throughout their collaboration that like when this is over, Bucky's gonna kill you or whatever for everything you've done, and he doesn't. He spares him. He gives him over to the Dora Milaje, who bring him to the raft for some reason. He's gonna break out. He's gonna break out. The raft has however many characters that the MCU's forgotten about. A bunch of other villains that are there that are just probably, you know, all they need is one other fucking genius. We know that Ross owns the raft, or he runs the raft, whatever. If this leads to a Thunderbolt series, I'm going to be so fucking excited. If this leads to, you know, possibly a Red Hulk and Zemo like leading this like, you know, villain team or anti-hero team or whatever, that'd be really great. Just because I don't want this to be the last we see of Daniel Bruhl's Zemo. I really don't. He's so good. He's so good as the character, as this like embodying of the strongest fucking principles. That's my favorite thing about Zemo, is this guy is unfucking breakable. You know? He's got these strong principles that is like really admirable to have in a character. Because it just shows so many layers to the character. What else do we got? We have this, so there's this like super heavy chunk with, we see Isaiah Bradley again. Sam brings the shield over. I guess the thought was like to leave it with him, you know, the unsung, you know, veteran that was destroyed by the fucking U.S. government. This is yours. This is really yours. And he doesn't want anything to do with that fucking shield, dude. Which makes complete fucking sense. We learn more and more throughout the show that the shield does not mean to everyone what it means to like Avengers fans in that universe. There are people walking around being like, oh my God, Tony Stark. Oh my God, Captain America. And then there are actual like real people that we're seeing more and more of in this show that are like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that shield. It does not mean to you. It doesn't mean to me what it means to you. To me, it means like horrible oppression and like torture. We learn about shit that Bradley went through. We learned that him and a bunch of other black soldiers were tested on and tortured, and a bunch of them didn't fucking make it. And then he was the only one that it was like accepting. And he goes and he saves a bunch of them, and then they throw him in jail for it. And there's that great scene in the first Avenger where kind of Steve did the same thing. He kind of didn't listen to whatever orders he got. He went and he did whatever. And then there's that shot of him backing up, and then everyone's kind of like, yeah, Captain America. And then, you know, at the same time, there's Bradley rotting in prison, not able to talk to the woman he loves. When he had that box of all the letters he sent her, and then he goes like, yeah, they never sent them to her. And she died and I didn't know it. That's fucking crazy. Why would the shield mean to him what it means to anybody else? And there's that great line, which is just, hey man, you know, as a fucking white guy watching this shit, the only thing I can do is try to wrap my mind around it. Like, we find out the reason why Sam didn't accept it in the first place is because he knows deep down America in that universe, and like I said, in this universe too, would not accept like a black Captain America. And then there's that whole time of like Bucky giving him shit about it because of his own reasons, but also because he doesn't understand. And he talks to Bradley, and Bradley fucking 100% understands. Bradley declines the shield. And he said, I don't have the exact line. I should have written it down. He said, it was America wouldn't want a black Captain America, and no self-respecting black man would want to be Captain America or something like that. Which, I mean, oof. That's just another layer on top of like what Sam has to consider when. Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem that I, a fucking white guy who's just trying to help, thinks is a problem. Is I don't think there's any way you can like discount anything Bradley says. I don't think there is. I don't know. It's like it seems like they're really heavily pointing towards this idea that like Sam is the good man, not the perfect soldier. But that also seems like a really strong way to kind of box him into American ideals. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I think I'm just talking out of my ass. It seems like this is going to end with some like, triumphant reveal of a black Captain America. And while the representation in that is fantastic, it's something about taking up the mantle of something that means something else to so many people, especially, as a black man for black people. I don't know. I feel like I'm treading in fucking thin ice, but I don't know. That's just what I think. I think that it's very much like there's that great shot, I guess. There's a shot that I really liked when Bucky stays over and he helps him, and there's this adorable fucking montage of them working on the fishing boat for Sam's family, and they're like doing it's like silly shit, and he's trying to pull up planks, and Buck just pulls it off, and we find out Bucky's fucking right-handed, which is such a funny. That's my favorite little tiny detail to include. Something about that is just adorable to me. He's like, yeah, I never think about it. I never think to use the left immediately. I'm a right-handed guy. I thought that was hilarious. You'd think that you want them to kind of make your dominant hand the metal one. But I don't know. That's pretty hilarious. But that next morning after that awesome montage, there's this scene where he's watching Sam's nephews play with the shield. And that was, I can't lie, I like that. I thought that was interesting. You're seeing what the shield means to different people and different generations, and it's almost like lucky that Sam's nephews don't know. But then that goes into they're just uninformed, and it's unfortunate because there's so much blood and history behind that shield, and not just Walker's blood, not just the blood from Walker cutting that motherfucker's head off. There's so much behind that shield that we're just learning about, that does not represent a good fucking portion of the country. And more than, the United States, countries everywhere. Imagine that. Imagine you're in your fucking country and you see, Captain America cuts a motherfucker's head off. A global fucking scale police brutality. I don't know, man. It's fucked up. What else? Is Sharon the fucking power broker? Seems like it. She was talking to, what's his name? Fucking Batroc. She sent Batroc and his men to Carly. So she's running something. We don't know exactly what. But she's another facet of like characters that have been in like the warpath of the government. She went in hiding after Civil War. She went in deep hiding. She became completely isolated, like off the grid. Who knows what connections she's made since then. And I just wish they chose a fucking better name than Power Broker. It's the lamest fucking like undercover villain name ever. The Power Broker. I don't know. Carly's just in New York preparing an attack on the UN or wherever that is. Like she just, global terrorists just chilling in Central Park being like, hey guys, let's shoot the shit on a couple of rocks and start our plan. I don't know. she's gonna do a noble sacrifice symbol. That's like one of the most cliched uh, tropes or like character archetypes of like I've been radicalized. Oh no, I see the error of my ways. Like you do some sacrificial act that doesn't mean shit to me because I don't know you enough. I'm sorry. That's what you need 9 episodes for. I don't care enough about, and I know that Carly and the Flag Smashers aren't supposed to be the villains; they're the antagonists. So, but if you want someone, you got to have us care about them too. They're not just a faceless fucking force. We have to care about these characters too if we want to fully identify with it, because there's every aspect of Carly in like young people today. You know what I mean? You can't be a young person today and not like have some part of you in social justice or humanitarian aid or anything like that, And if you are, you're just unaware and fucking ignorant. Like it's you're walking around going like, oh, the world's amazing. I don't know, man. We're going to see it next week. Next week's episode is going to be some... It seems like it's going to fall into that same idea of... It's going to be another like crazy ultimate fight in New York. We're going to see Walker with his stupid fucking do-it-yourself shield that does not matter because it's just regular metal. That's like child shit to me. That's like the lamest end credit scene personally. Oh, he's making his own Captain America shield and it looks like a fucking like a paper mache homework project that you tell your parents about the night of. That fucking feeling when like you go to your parents. I do this all the time. I went to my parents like 10:30, 11, be like, I need construction paper. We run to Staples and they're closing like 11:59. We get there 11:58. The entire time I'm silent because my parents are just, my mom and my dad being like, you should have told us about this. You always wait till the last minute. That's so fucking, that's what that shield looks like. It seems like that's fucking useless. Just go in with guns, man. There's no one gonna fucking use guns. What the fuck happened to that? Didn't Sam have guns? Everyone's all punches and shit. Pull a fucking Glock out. White guy saying Glock. Okay. What else is there? What else is there to talk about for this fucking episode 5? What a great episode. I really enjoyed it. I just wish there were more, man. Make more fucking episodes, dude. Make some more fucking episodes. 50 minutes. Or just about 50. That's not bad. Yeah. I hope we see more of Zemo. I'm hung up on that. I don't want that to be the end. It would have been interesting if the Dora Milaje took him back to Wakanda and he was in Black Panther 2. They have to have a plan for a Thunderbolt show, right? You're bringing him to the raft where he's no doubt 100% going to break out again. Bro, Bucky was flirting with Sam's sister. Woo! Bucky spending time in Wakanda, Bucky's got a preference. Let's just say that. I get it, man. I don't know. We get this cool sequence of Sam practicing with the shield and all that. It's like a Rocky workout montage. That's cool. I like seeing someone like trained to be good with it instead of just perfectly back and forth with the shield. It still goes against the idea of like, I thought you had to have super soldier strength to be able to like manage the shield, but guess not. Whatever. Yeah. I think that's it. I think I got all that. Solid episode, man. Finale next week. I think I want to have someone on for the finale, but I got to plan some shit out. Maybe I'll do a live. Maybe we'll do Instagram Live while I'm doing this. And we'll talk the finale. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about that. Great episode. Great episode. There are definitely structural problems with their show. There are definitely things I would like, different directions I would like certain things to go in, but otherwise, I can't complain. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to go back to the movies, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait to go back to the movies. I miss going to the movies so bad. I just miss the fucking atmosphere, man. You know, I've been good the past year and a half. You know, I've been good. God, I miss the fucking, I just miss sitting in the theater and looking at the screen. And like, I have this projector that I've been watching stuff on, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm just, this is going to be, this movie, the first movie back into theaters, Scott Pilgrim, is such a great movie to go back to theaters for. If you haven't seen it, it's like a visual feast, you know? Edgar Wright is one of the best filmmakers ever, and Scott Pilgrim is such a good movie, good adaptation. I never read the Scott Pilgrim comics, but you know, it seems faithful from what I've heard to the comics, and I think they're making a video game based on the comics. But I'm excited, man. I just can't wait to go back to fucking movie theater. I miss the movie so bad. What else? What else did I miss? I don't know. I think that's it, man. I think that's it, guys. This was definitely not a regular episode. I started this episode real fucking shitty, and I apologize for that, but you know, the world is shit. The world's been pretty shitty. And it affects how everyone feels. So, you know, just try to be. I don't like ending this on like a weird, corny thing, but I guess, you know, the idea of just be grateful, take care of people. I don't know. Whatever. And then while you're doing that, follow me on YouTube and subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube at Comedian of Cinema, and follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And rate on Apple Podcasts, rate and review. That really fucking helps. Follow me on Instagram at Comedian of Cinema. And that's pretty much it, dude. That's pretty much it. See you next week.